In this video, I'm packing everything that I've learned from building and scaling my Airbnb rent-to-rent business in 10 minutes. So you can skip starting from scratch and fast track your own Airbnb journey. My name is Amari Ayman, and I was a uni student who walked away from optometry, working 3 jobs, chasing something that actually would give me freedom. I found Airbnb arbitrage. My first unit, I furnished with secondhand couches and a secondhand coffee table off of Facebook Marketplace. But even with that, I still made $700 in my very first booking. And since then, I've scaled to over 10 plus units across Melbourne. I've built a team, automated the entire process, and even helped others do the same. But it wasn't smooth sailing. I've made heaps of mistakes, had systems crash, cleaners ghost me, and listings that just didn't perform. But every single setback taught me something valuable. And now I'm giving all of that to you. The lessons, the wins, the failures, and the exact strategies that actually work. So whether you're just starting out or trying to scale, this video will save you months, if not years, of trial and error. When I first started, I overcomplicated everything. I thought I needed the perfect apartment, the best furniture, and somehow be a real estate expert, even before starting. But the truth is, none of that actually mattered. What mattered was getting my first property live and learning from it. My first unit wasn't flashy. Secondhand furniture, basic setup, but it made money because I focused on what actually counts. Location, it was in the CBD area of Melbourne. It was clean and a functional setup, and it had professional photos. You don't need a luxury apartment or $10,000 worth of furniture to make it look good. You need speed, you need to get it live, learn, and then improve. Now, I used to have a fear of calling agents and landlords. I thought I had to sell Airbnb to them. But here's what I learned. It's not about selling Airbnb. It's about positioning yourself as a reliable professional tenant. And what do landlords want? They want rent paid on time. They want 0 vacancy risks. And they want a property that's kept in good condition and doesn't have major damages or anything like that. So when you frame it like that we run a short stay management, we sign long-term leases and professionally clean after every guest, they listen to you. And in 2025, it's even easier. More landlords know about Airbnb and prefer reliable operators over standard tenants. Now, early on in my career, I was doing everything myself. I was messaging guests manually at midnight, coordinating all the cleans, constantly on call, but I quickly learned. Without systems, this becomes a whole nother job. Here's what changed everything for me. I used HostAway for automated guest messaging and a unified inbox between all of my different short stay platforms. Price Labs for dynamic pricing that adjusts accordingly to seasonality, events, all done automatically. Key Nest, so no more in-person key handovers. And cleaners that have their calendar synced to mine, so they know exactly when they need to come in and clean each apartment, without me having to tell them every single time. What that means is I can run multiple units across Melbourne entirely from my phone. And if you want to scale, you need to make sure that you have systems in place from day one. If there's one thing that you need to get right in this business, it's your cleaners. Good cleaners just clean your apartment, whereas great cleaners, they're your eyes and ears. They'll send you photos after every single clean. They'll flag damages, restock supplies, and they'll tell you if something's off. Find cleaners that you can trust, pay them well, and treat them like gold, because they'll save you from bad reviews and operational chaos. Now, here's what most guests get wrong. They think Airbnb is about being the cheapest. It's really not. It's about perceived value. I've seen average apartments outperform nicer ones just because their listing was better. Professional photos, which is a non-negotiable, a strong title, which highlights unique features of the apartment, a clear benefit-driven description, and 40 to 50 amenities that are ticked. So even small things like a hairdryer or a coffee machine, they all add up. Now, what you need to remember is that guests book with their eyes. Your photos and listing structure matter more than a $50 designer throw pillow that you bought. Now, this is so important. You need to expect problems and make sure that you learn from them. I've had cleaners cancel last minute, guests lock themselves at 2 a.m., appliances break mid-stay. These things happen. Now, what separates a successful operator is how fast you can fix those problems and build systems so that they don't keep happening again. A cleaner canceled, have 2 to 3 backup. Guest messaging, automate it. Maintenance, have a roster of electricians or plumbers that you can call anytime to fix or repair. Every crisis is a lesson. So after a few months, you should literally feel bulletproof. Now, your first property is proof of concept. Once it's profitable, use it as leverage. Show agents your track record, your reviews, your photos, show other agents your rent that's being paid on time, and use the profits that you make to fund the next setup. And you want to refine your systems so that every property is smoother. From there, scaling becomes predictable. 2 units, and then 4, and then 6. Once I hit 5 properties, it literally became like autopilot. Now, here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't need experience. You don't need $50,000 saved. You don't need to know everything before starting. You just need to get on the phone, start trying to get your first property, and that's it. 1 property to learn your systems, build your processes, and prove to yourself and to others that this actually works. From there, scaling is just repetition. If you want to shortcut all the trial and error that I went through, I'm able to provide you with all the scripts, the templates, and the systems that I use to this day to make sure that I'm able to continue to scale and grow my portfolio. So if you want this, send me a DM on Instagram and let's hop on a call and I can show you exactly how we can get you set up and get your first property listed and profitable within 90 days or less here in Melbourne.